Was geht ab, Alien Savages? Und willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode Good Old. Lass uns reden. What up, fam? How are you feeling, my friends? How are you feeling today? Oh, everything is welcome. Yeah, I don't feel so good physically. Yesterday I hurt my neck again, like I pinched a nerve. And I feel like I don't like the intuitive lesson that why this happened, which is because I was again in this vibration of, we German call it Schadenfreude. I'm so bad. Schadenfreude, which means Schaden means damage and Freude means joy. So it's literally getting joy from someone's damage. So if someone is like going through shit and you're getting joy out of it. Of course, we Germans have a word for that. Schadenfreude. And I'm like, why not if something is happening anyways? You know, if you don't wish bad intentions to someone, but something just happens, and then why not get some joy out of it? As I speak, it's just bad. It's like the little goblin inside of me is like, ooh, I've been sober now from trauma for so long. Can we like get something? And I'm not talking about something bad. Like I'm not talking about that. I'm just speaking about something like some fun trauma, you know. I'm like, ooh, this person really again? Okay, what does this person got? Okay, this person doesn't have anything, so of course I'm gonna win because I operate in universal law. So let's see this person realize that. But anyways, as I was being in the state, I pinched my nerve. So what I feel like what I experience more and more these days is instant karma. That in the moment I experience the repercussions, the reflections. You know, you look in the mirror, it's instant. You smile, the mirror smiles back. And this is how reality works. What you put out is what you get back. And this time delay we have gets more and more instantaneously. This is the new earth vibration. This is how 5D works. It's instantaneously, and getting prepared for that, it's happening sooner and sooner, and I feel like I'm at the point where it kind of happens instantaneously. So, yeah, I don't no more Schadenfreude, higher self is saying. I'm like, yeah, okay, because I don't like this pain in my neck. Yeah, I also feel like icky a little bit in my chest and have a little headache. So yeah, physically I don't feel so well, even though I slept really well. And many of my friends I'm connecting, they're all like, I was just chatting to Jonathan. And he was like, yeah, I also slept really well, but then it just knocked me out. It's like a light switch turned off and I just have to lay down. So I think many of you can relate. I think we all wish that this awakening would feel better, because it's like we're doing something so good. We're like clearing our karma, following our joy, remembering who we are, really detoxifying our system. I feel like we could be rewarded more. Because when it was my 20s and it was just like healthy lifestyle choices, I felt so good. I felt like a superhero. And now this awakening, I feel so shit a lot, you know? Like, again, it has been 2 weeks I haven't weightlifted properly, and I love bodybuilding so much. I feel so good if I have a solid workout. Like, the colors are more beautiful, the food tastes better, more deserving, more purpose-driven, that it fuels my muscles to get stronger. It makes me feel so good. And not having that, yeah, I don't like it. And then with my pinched nerve, like, I know how good we can feel in the suit, you know? And, yeah, this is where I'm often asking, like, hey, higher self, why does this awakening feel like it does? Why does it don't feel better? So, but it goes in phases, you know? Like, sometimes it feels the best. You know, it's like it's a roller coaster. And then without the downs, the ups wouldn't be maybe so appreciated, you know? But yeah, just like in my 20s, I really had this constant, stable mood of how I was feeling. But like, yeah, it was also shallow. But you know, I'm really speaking physically right now. This is what I'm craving, because this awakening, it knocks so many people out. Like most of my friends, most of the people I follow, they're like, yeah, I nap every day. I have to lay down at least twice per day. And I think it's important to talk about this, because don't feel bad if you feel tired, if you feel weak, if you feel icky. This is what apparently is normal in this awakening. And I mean, it also makes sense. You know, we're getting upgraded to a higher vibration. Our DNA gets turned on more and more. Our psychic abilities is it's like when I was in the hospital, you know. Hachi. So yeah, how are you feeling, my friends? But yeah, this is why I really listen to my body, because you know, all pain, if you experience any kind of pain, like actually pain, like this is all resistance to the natural self. And like I feel good right now, you know. In a sense, I don't experience pain besides the neck thing. So this was like, oh, I don't like actual pain. So if there's actual pain, then I'm like, oh, what am I resisting? Because all these other parts I described right now, like, I don't really have a headache in a sense of pain. Oh, my storage is full. I just feel my head, you know, like it's like my third eye is, and I guess this is how the awakening feels, or it does, obviously. And I'm back. Here we go. So what I'm saying, if you experience actual pain, like with my neck, then there's something out of alignment, and then I always look at it, because pain is like, this actual pain is mostly unnecessary. It's our friend. It's showing us like something is out of alignment. So with this neck, I investigated, and first I wanted to be in denial that like, oh, this, and I was like, no, it's actually the Schadenfreude. Ferdi, stop. This is just, you gotta, it's not just anymore your external actions and how you respond to others, but now it's getting to the level what I think and feel just inside of me. And I need to also purge this, like, negative shit. And I want to do that because I see what I'm becoming, and I want to become that. And I want to have a smooth sail. So we picked this enlightenment route, this awakening timeline. So, you know, we're so greatly guided actually. And if we listen, it's the smoothest sail. Let me blow my nose. So what am I saying? I lost my train of thoughts. Pain. Yeah, here we go. That if like a lot of us, we feel tired and stuff, and this, you know, since I really embodied the universal message, and especially of the part that literally everything benefits me, everything happens for a reason, and often I don't get it in the moment, but often I get it soon after, or I get it eventually. But literally everything is benefiting me. Like, look back on your life, and things you were cursing are now your biggest blessings. So knowing that presently, I know if I'm tired, if I cannot go to the gym, it's actually great. Because also fairly like, yeah, you have achieved all the gains, like whatever, you can rebuild a physique so quickly, but we're actually doing highly spiritual work right now. We're shifting into a higher dimension. And for that, probably you cannot be in the gym too much. Like, yeah, once or twice per week, that's cool, bro. But the other 5 days, you cannot go to the gym because this, like, when I'm laying in bed, when I'm in my own energy, I get in a really cozy high vibe. And I don't get in this vibration when I'm in the gym, for example. In the gym, I'm more working. I'm sharing my vibration. I'm balancing whatever is out of balance. I'm all that stuff, you know. But when I'm like really internally, I go into really trippy states that feel good because I feel safe. You know, I'm laying in my bed. I drift away, fall asleep, really get out of body. And these states, I think this is the gains right now. So we need to come back to our mindset. And, you know, us Germans, we love to be goal-oriented and feel productive. And we're working towards something. So, yeah, let's be productive in activating our suit, our psychic abilities, raising our vibration. So I find myself these days being less on social media, watching less stuff, and more just putting my eye mask on and going in spirit. Like even just 20 minutes, just laying down, putting your eye mask on, and really getting a deep relaxation. And it's this is so recharging, and this is so connective. How I feel connected to spirit, to all that is. It's really wow. But yeah, I'm still a lot on social media, but just less, because I feel more and more emptiness of being too much on social media. Like I go on it, and it's so exciting because there are things that I want to receive. Like my higher self puts right on top, and like this morning I listened to the new channeling of Ryo, and it was so wow. And this one part I re-listened, but then it was done, you know. And I listened to a lot of music recently. Like music is so wow. Yeah, just really create space for my spiritual gains. Which my physical mind is getting to a point, because I'm doing this now for so long. I'm like, bro, I need some more instant gratification. I need some more 3D proof. All this stuff is coming up. Like I want to touch more things, because all the spiritual stuff, it's all like I want to like. Yeah, yesterday I was at Dudka bar with Faye. It's like a spa. It's a Russian spa here on the island. And they have a really solid place. And the sauna is really hot. And the oven is so proper, you know. It looks like, I don't know, so retro, out of World War II. And I just loved looking at that oven because it's so solid in the 3D. I can touch it. I mean, I don't, because it's so hot. But this is what I'm missing a little, like all this magic I see and feel on the inside. I get impatient for the reflection on the outside. Yeah. But then all the things that used to excite me, most of them just don't excite me anymore. Like I'm so ready for all these things in a new way, you know? Like I'm so passionate about creating music, but as it is right now, it's just not my highest excitement. Because I've tapped too many times into how it's gonna be once, yeah, we have alien technology. Once we have nanoclass and like really AI has progressed greatly, which is just our higher selves. And we have to limit it less and less. By us being less limited, we get a less limited reflection. And sentient technology, true intelligence, like all that stuff, it's so wow, you know. But then I'm like, Ferdi, chill. You already have your purpose with your podcast in the 3D. This is something you can touch and edit. So calm the fuck down. I'm like, okay. Because I wake up and I have so many skills inside of me, and I can create anything. Let's shoot a documentary. I don't know, whatever. as an influencer, this is like my job. I'm here to share. This is my highest excitement, and I've done it all, and I have like so many skills, but then all what I just said, it doesn't contain excitement. This is not what I meant to do. And then it comes back to, it's your physical mind that needs to take a chill pill, or stuff in my ego that just needs to die. That all this wanting, all the outside shiny objects, they are not making us happy. But it's also tough for me because in the past I had it so much. I had so many shiny objects around me, like living in Berlin for a decade, and all the stuff I was creating in the 3D was constantly something going on that I could touch and see numbers rising and the social people around me, and there was drama. Like, trauma is a real addiction. Like having so much drama with Britney and now being out of that relationship and going kinda cold turkey is a lot. With Faye is so healthy. So healthy. That's why yesterday there was a little drama entered again from a certain someone. And I got so excited. I was like messaging to Faye like, here's the breaking news. And I was breaking it to her, and then my neck happened because I was in Schadenfreude. But it's like, can I not get off the truck of trauma like a little more gradual? Because really, since Britney and I were not a thing anymore, it's I'm really trauma free because I don't attract trauma, and I don't have someone in my reality right now that does. So I kind of miss it. So, but I'm like, should I create trauma? It's so creative, but it's just not my nature. I'm the one that is like, someone creates trauma and I fix it. This is my job. I'm the trauma fixer. I'm like, now I can help people. So yesterday there was actually a healthy trauma with someone who's like losing his mind a little bit, and I was just hosting the woman, a really nice soul, and just buzzing of the new connection from her and me, and sending voice messages back and forth. I was really buzzing. I'm like, I feel like I'm helping someone by all the gifts I carry, and I wanna like help more. And right now, all my squad is helped. They have the answers. Now we just gotta sit in it and really embody it. And back then, like my 20s, when I did, for example, the meetups and stuff, people like they weren't awake, so I could like take all their problems. I'm like, give me your problems because I have all the answers. And this was feeding me. This was fun, And now my squad, my people, they don't have trauma and they don't allow trauma in, and then it's so sobering. I'm like, boring. But trauma is a real addiction, and we love it, and we can still have it in a healthy way where it causes realization. So this is just me sharing my feelings. I'm gonna take a deep sip. I invite you taking a deep breath. The last podcast I named Ungrounded. And many of my friends have reflected me, Ferdi, you're actually so grounded. I'm gonna blow my nose. And I'm like, it's so true. What I'm describing is I'm not ungrounded in the classical sense, because the classical sense, I'm so grounded. And I think many of you can relate. There's a new way of grounded. I'm going to elaborate on it now. And on the classical sense of grounded, I think you can relate that, speaking for myself, I am super grounded. I really understand the human experience, how the 3D game works, and how I can operate in this reality in a way that feels good in my body. Not creating unnecessary stress. If they're limiting fear-based negative beliefs, I transform them in the moment. I follow my joy. I, see how the 3D works. So I made money following my joy, and I'm living in a house that meets my embodiment level. Like all these things, that how I feel on the inside is reflected on the outside. Or outside is right now too much nature for me. I know it sounds weird, so I create an inside podcast studio. You know, vegan savages make their own luck, all this stuff. I really am so grounded in that, and I know how to ground myself. Like everything is a upper or lower, you know, like, oh, I need to eat a Snickers. All that stuff. But this new form of grounded is, my reality is just so different. In a sense, I really feel like 24/7 I'm on a DMT microdose. It's like really DMT. Like if you ever smoke DMT, it's like, it's so what the fuck. But yeah, this is actually the nature of reality. It's just we're literally waking up in a dream. Like we're dreaming such a dense dream. The human experience is such a dense, limited dream. And now we're waking up as these limited beings. Like we're not dying, aka fully waking up and remembering all of a sudden like, oh, this is who we are. No, we're doing it gradually inside the dream as these limited creatures. And all of a sudden, since 2020, since I had that walk-in experience, I find myself way less limited. And since then, it's just going exponentially, that how my day-to-day reality is just the way it is now. And it's like, Ferdi, why are you sometimes freaking out? Because it's actually so beautiful. Why do you think you were kind of addicted to smoke DMT? Because you wanted to be in the state all the time. And now that I'm on the state all the time, I'm freaking out a little. Why do you do this? And I do it because it's unfamiliar. I'm afraid that I'm going crazy, and or that I strip everyone out that I love, that I'm too different to other people. Because I'm like, is anyone experience reality as I do? Because I really see vibrations, and my imagination is so vivid that I actually see everything, what I want to see. And everything is a symbol. I just create symbols for energies to like think about whatever, and being just energy is our nature. So I can create whatever universes and realities for symbols for certain energies. And like seeing everything in the 3D as the actual energy, the underlying vibration. I enter a room and it's full of insecurities covered by seriousness. I'm like, why are they all so serious? Because they're covering their insecurities. Like, really, I enter a room, I go upstairs to all their higher selves, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Why are you all so serious? And then I can really shift the entire atmosphere in the room by pumping it full of consciousness. Like yesterday evening, Faye and I, we went to a concert here at Seeds of Dreams, one of my favorite cacao blaze. Sorry, I'm getting spammed. Here we go. Faye spamming me. Now I want to stop this podcast and see what she wrote. But yeah, I'm going to stop it soon anyways, because I have another wiki session in half an hour. So, what did I just talk about? We were at Seeds in Dreams, and wow, it was so dreamy, it was so high spirit, it was so wow. And it was like, because the souls that were there, it's not like I made it like this, no, there were a lot of awake souls in it. And then we set the vibration everyone can rise up to. And then it got so trippy and dreamy. It was like 1.5 hours of a group meditation. Because the guy who was playing the instrument, I don't know, it's like a flute. I don't know what the instrument is called. He's a master. It's so wow. He really brings spirit down. And how Faye understands music and then translates it to me, it's so wow. Because there were like some tones in it that were, for me, a little annoying, because they were like, and she's like, this is really blowing out all the stuff in us. It's like this is a ceremony. It's like purging us. Didn't you see how people were like, is this a therapy session, like what's happening right now. And it's really an ayahuasca ceremony without the medicine, without the ayahuasca. We're just playing music and being in a high vibe place. It's like nice lighting and stuff. And then just all allowing us to get on a high vibe together. It's really wow. And I love it. Sober is my favorite, you know? Sober is my favorite because it's all inside of us. And yeah, but this is also the scary thing I'm just describing, that I am sober all the time and I'm tripping my balls off. And then it's like this, oh shit, but I haven't taken anything. Like the other day I got my first panic attack. I was just getting close to it. I was in a food court in Tongsala 2 days ago. And I could hold so much consciousness in my body. I was listening to Fabian Römer, he's a German rapper, and his OG albums, like 2011, Wer bist du? It's called like, Who Are You? He's channeling out the universal message in the age of like being a teenager. And I re-listened to it. And I could hold it a little too much, where it was freaking me out, because if you hold on to too much in a moment, that it's getting too uncomfortable, your body's panicking. So you just gotta let that shit go. You're not meant to hold on to it. I love how Bashar says, Bashar, he doesn't know anything. He just knows what he needs to know in the moment. That's all he knows. But he doesn't hold on to anything. It's just coming to him. And sometimes, because I can hold on to so much, I just stack more and more on top of the remembrance in a single moment. And then I feel the inside of my skin getting tingly because it's getting so uncomfortable. Because in this physical body, I reached max and I try to stack more on top. Because I'm going down a rabbit hole of like the whole system, how it's like structured and why it was created, and like really channeling like all kinds of, like really being in the Akashic record where all information is stored and I can just access it and dig deeper and deeper. But then I'm passing out. I was almost creating a reality where I passed out. So I was taking deep breath, and then higher self was like, dude, you can just let it go. Like it's that simple. You can just let it go. And I just let it all go. I was just breathing, like always come back to the breath, and then the panic attack was gone. It's really, you can shift it at any moment. You can shift. Every moment is ground zero. And it's so wow that if you go into something, or if you're looping in something, you can just come back to the breath and let it all go. And don't worry, it's all there all the time to access. You cannot forget anything. So yeah, Ferdi being 32 years young, having his first panic attack. It's kind of late. Yeah, because I was too alien my entire life. I loved when Faye said that to me, because I was like, oh, I'm a little afraid I become too alien. And you know what she said? She said like, Ferdi, I don't think you can become any more alien. You're just becoming more and more human. And I loved that. Because I was like, yeah, I really am maxed out on alienness, how it can be right now in this experience. In this body, this is how I feel. But now I'm becoming more and more a human. Like, humanness was always so weird to me, so strange. You know, I'm really like an alien. There's something really alien about me. It's like I wish people could go in my human experience for just an hour and come out and be like, bro, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's great, isn't it? If you don't freak out, then it's great. So I'm really becoming more and more human, and as I become more human, it's getting more challenging, because humanness is so challenging. Like, actually feeling, like I'm watching Prison Break right now. I started a new TV show, and I'm feeling everything. And Prison Break is actually is so amazing, and also so shit. Why is it so shit? Because I watched the first episode and it hooks you. It hooks you like crazy, and you're hooked. because it's always so much tension and there's so much happening of like trauma that is like bad because it's full of darkness. It hooks you with darkness. And I'm at this level, like I watched Prison Break when I was like 20 and I wasn't embodied. I was just an alien boy. I was just like whatever. I was disassociating my entire life basically. I could just like watch anything, but I didn't feel it, you know? And now that I'm so in my body, like they hold him, the mafia, and they cut off his toes, and I'm like, oh, I'm cringing, like physically as well, because it's so painful. Because I really feel what he feels, because I'm so in my body these days, and I don't want to disassociate again. So I'm having a really hard time, like enjoying watching Prison Break, even though it so hooks me, but I'm just like cringing and out. And another thing that's, I feel like this is, if we want to see it from a human design standpoint, as a reflector, like everything is in me undefined. So I can, nowadays, because I'm embodied, I can feel everything in the moment, but the next moment it's literally gone. Like it doesn't hold on to me. There's nothing that I need to shake it off. No, this is one of my superpowers. And I feel like we can all reach that state. But I guess from a human design standpoint, it's really because it's just like I'm really an empty mirror, that I am what I am in the moment. And the next moment I tested it the other day. So I was watching Prison Break and I went like, okay, let's go hardcore. And I was on YouTube and I was watching prison gang fights where they actually have surveillance footage of prisons where they're ganging up on each other and stabbing each other. And I was watching that and I was like, oh, this is so bad. This is so dense. This is so horrible. This is so dark. But then I went back to my phone and I listened to German rap and I uploaded Instagram stories. Totally different vibration. There was nothing that like, I don't need to shake it off. And this is really cool. Because I remember with Britney, it like really stick to her. She had to like shake it off and couldn't watch things that are too dark. And then I also didn't watch that much things that were too dark. So what am I saying? Yeah, I become more and more human, and the more human I become, because I'm actually feeling. I can sit with anyone. Like the other day, it was actually so challenging being with Julian Zietlow, because he is right now in a space where I don't want to get into it right now, but it just doesn't feel good in my body. And I was like, oh, because I follow him, like I listen to him and I actually feel him. I feel my brother. And I follow him where he is. He's like in this cave. I'm like, okay, bro, I'm following you in this cave. Oh, it's so deep down in the cave. Wait, why are you sitting here in this dark cave? But I'm sitting here with him. And I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I know this place. Bro, but here's the torch. Out. You want to sit here? Okay. And then I like take my torch, leave the cave outside, like as a metaphor, of course. But then I'm like, ooh. And in the past, follow your highest excitement, woo! I'm in my tree house up there and I'm just shouting down in the shit of people like, hey. But eventually got so lonely because I didn't feel connected to anyone, because I was just up in my spirit tree house. And now that I'm so embodied, I can feel people. And I've experienced actually all the states by now. Of all this shit. That's why my last ayahuasca trip needed to be so dark to like really relate to people. And don't get me wrong, I love being so embodied, because I much rather feel like shit, feel like the darkest darkness, but I'm connected to someone that feels that way. Because the thing we at the end always want is connection. We want to feel connected. We want to feel connected. Like I'm watching on YouTube right now the most coordinated 160 player raid for the Alliance achievement, where 160 World of Warcraft players got on TeamSpeak and raided all the hordes capitals, the cities, and they did healthy community. And I'm watching this because I want to feel connected to something. We're always like creating hubs. Where am I feeling connected to? It's always connection. Like we always want to feel connected because we're getting closer to the oneness, because we created the illusion of separation, but you and I were actually one. And if we feel connected, if I actually feel you, we're becoming one. And we're feeling closer to God, to all that is. So that's why I rather feel shit and meet people where they're at than feel happy but alone. Because being alone is then the biggest curse ever. Like feeling connected is the closest to God, you know? So that's why like connected to anything. That's why I love nature. Like actually this is actually a huge awakening. I hope you already have achieved. If not, you have something really great to unravel, which is seeing nature as God. And really being able to sit in nature and connect to nature is so wow. That's why I can only live at this point connected to nature. I need it. Otherwise, I'm starved of my standard of this vibration. I would need to lower it massively, and I don't want to go back that far. So I cannot really live in a city anymore for too long. Or like I need an outside space, or like close to a park that is like a solid park, and spend time in nature every single day. All right. Faye and we spent the evening yesterday here having fun, and we did a fun podcast. I just onboard her right now to also start her own podcast. And maybe she gives me permission now to play something because I've recorded it. And to just catch our vibe, how we were, I like to call it deep dumb. Like this mix of being super deep and super dumb at the same time. Because what's the point if we're not having fun? Exactly, there's no point. She calls it, what does she call it? I forgot. Play and prayer. I also liked it. PP. Prayer and play. So yeah, maybe there's coming something now, maybe not. I'm gonna end here because I have a wiki session coming up in 20 minutes. And later I see my friend Luca. He's back on the island. Really excited to catch up with my brother. So yeah, life is good. Come back to the basics. Yeah. How are you feeling, my friends? I know it's a really tough time. That's why higher selves like Ferdi come back daily. Some people really need you right now, and you need this right now. I need it just as much as you do. So I'm probably gonna see you here tomorrow, and I'm probably gonna keep uploading in English. Is there anything else? I have something really exciting on my list, but this is like a whole thing, and yeah, probably talk about it in the next podcast. So for all my Germans, I have another German rap recommendation. Simba, I really like Simba. He brought a new song out. It's called Tagebuch. Check out Simba Tagebuch. I really like that song. Okay, thanks for listening. Until next time. Peace out.
Done it all.
Have you ever skydived?
Only in the States where you like get blown from the ground.
Girl, it is skydiving.
Yeah,
what
I
you
know.
talking about?
Yeah.
You go in that machine, right?
But I jumped out of a plane, but without a parachute because I couldn't fit anyone that matches my outfit. And I don't do that if it's not like matching my outfit.
Wait, what?
I'm like really picky when it comes to that. So they were like freaking out, but I just jumped. And then at the last moment, I was like, you can always ask God for help or Bashar, whatever symbol you want to use. I'm like, God. And then I jumped in a different reality where I didn't die.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? What do you mean you
So
just jumped?
Jumped out of an airplane without a parachute, and I obviously died, like crashing on the floor. But
That
then
is why you're so crazy. Now I understand.
this is just like 2% of why I'm so crazy.
Yeah. I hear
But
you.
please,
Oh, that makes so much sense.
If people wear a parachute that doesn't match their outfit, it's for me these are like the worst people ever.
These
I
are
really
the
judge
psychopaths
them.
of our planet.
No, they're worse than that.
Oh, they're
like
worse
what
than
is worse than a psychopath?
A demon.
No, even worse. Like what's worse than a demon? Like demons are actually my friends.
Yeah, I know you love demons.
Like you know these really bad people.
No, the misunderstood demons.
No. Like these really bad people. You just look at them and you're like, they're bad.
When was the last time you saw a really bad person? Like a really bad, someone you looked at and you just got that feeling like wow, they are a really bad person.
This Ferdi Beck on YouTube, like this
dude,
guy
I was
that
gonna
does
say
podcast.
the same thing.
Like
I was gonna say the same thing.
He's like this class 3 narcissist, hidden psychopath, and he has a lot of mental disorders. He's really dangerous.
Total egomaniac.
Yeah.
God complex, narcissist, you name it. This guy's got it.
Like he thinks Bashar's his daddy.
Yeah.
And he has like such mother issues with women.
Totally.
And like, if you see him, you need to call the police.
Yeah. If anyone sees this fatty back running around, like you just got to get this guy locked up. No, I was going to say the same thing, you know.
But yeah, people like him, you know. It's like
the worst of the worst.
Those people, it's not judging.
Satan fears this guy.
And it's not judging or anything. No. This is just like, you have to judge them. But it's justified, so it's okay. It's good. Really, this is how I can sleep at night.
Yeah.
Because I'm not jealous or anything.
No.
That he's just like living his life.
No, it's got absolutely nothing to do with me and the things I hold inside that I'm projecting onto the outside and onto different people. It's like actually all to do with them, right?
Yeah, because like he triggers me so much. And it's like, this is what I mean. He just, like, how dare he?
How dare he? Do you know what, though? It's just so much easier to put my shit onto other people than to actually face my own triggers and just to look inside and to see what it's pointing to within me and to actually transcend that shit and to alchemize that shit into gold. Do you know what I mean?
Now you're talking sense.
Now I'm talking sense.
Yeah.
Nah, let's forget about that. That's really boring.
But here's the art again. Like, it's maybe easier, but also the challenge then is how creative people are in projecting and creating trauma and stuff by projecting it on others. Like, it's such an art, you know?
Yeah.
Like, every hate comment I read,
amazing imagination.
Every hate comment I read is like, you're so creative. Like, wow. This is like, you need to come up with that, you know?
Yeah, some people be writing some really good stories. There's some really good story writers out there with amazing imagination.
Yeah.
Using it for the good of this planet to shit talk other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like really, I read sometimes comments and I laugh out loud because it's so good. I'm thankful.
Yeah. You know, if anyone sees this fatty back, gotta get this motherfucker.
Because otherwise,
public enemy number one.
This is a belief I still carry. Otherwise, it gets boring really fast. So how do I work on that? Because you're trying to get this out of me.
I'm trying to get what out of you?
They're like, oh, just love is not boring. Oh.
What do you mean? Oh, love is so boring, especially unconditional love. This is the worst. This shit is so boring. Give me some drama over this any day. Give me some triggers. Give me some conditional love.
But everything is love, you know? Once you wake up, the universe is made out of unconditional love. It's all unconditional love. And then our creation, I want to make it fun. I want to poke and see what happens. In a nice way.
And what does that look like?
Yeah, like this podcast right now. We're talking like we're like being funny. You know? We're not trying to explain the universe to people because the people listening to this already know.
Little gremlins coming out and just poking.
People actually look for the medicine of staying sane.
Yes.
By our weirdness to come out. So
what
this
do you
is
mean?
the actual
weird?
medicine.
Speak for yourself. I'm not weird. Ain't nobody got time for that.
If people would know that you're just as weird as me. But you just still act like you're this little nice girl.
No, what are you talking
I'm
about?
doing my
so nice.
paintings, and I'm just a fairy, just a cute hidden vampire.
Just a little hidden vampire.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me your theory, Fatty, back on why
I
fairies.
keep this theory secret.
Fairies secretly.
I only share it in my Insta story.
Okay.
So how do you feel like doing your first podcast right now? How does that feel in your body?
How does it feel in my body? I noticed that my heart isn't actually feeling as open as it was when I first started, which is really interesting.
It isn't?
No.
Yeah, I can feel it too.
Yeah.
And this is why you need to start. This is why I'm saying you just need to start. And the first 7 episodes, you don't gonna like it. Because it's like...
Because it's uncomfortable, right?
And this is the thing. You just need to share. Because every episode I do, afterwards I'm like, oh, I could say it so much better. But then it's like, yeah, I can always say it better.
I could just look better, you know, I could look better and I could say it better and everything could just...
And next week you're already on a higher vibration. So it's just like, owning the vibration you're at right now. And this is why sharing how you're feeling, you know, because then you're not hiding anything. You're talking about the hidden thing.
Yes.
Like what you said right now, that your heart feels closed. So tell me more about it.
Yeah, no, my heart doesn't feel closed. It feels open, but it doesn't feel as soft. Like when I really tap into it, there's like a little bit of hardness on the right side. I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't feel as open as it was when I first began, yeah. And yeah, I'm guessing it's because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. There's literally like, I didn't know that when you do these things, you can literally see yourself. Like, how do you not just check yourself out all the time? Do you know what I mean? And like... Yeah, but I also feel good. There's also excitement there. I'm like, oh, this is easy. This isn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Right.
And I love speaking to you.
Right.
Yeah.
So now that you shared how you feel about it, does your heart feel more open?
No.
Really? Why?
Because...
Because for me, this helps me so much. If I say it, it goes away, kinda, or more.
Saying it definitely takes away any power. For sure, it takes away any power that this, whatever it is, has. But also as well, my heart doesn't have to be open, you know? It's like it's there and whatever. And...
So do you think it's in the fear of being fully seen as yourself and that this is too raw? Is
it the fear of being fully seen as myself, and is it too raw? There's like maybe just a feeling of discomfort because it's not what I'm used to. I'm really not used to having a camera in my face and a microphone by my mouth. And of course, there's a part of me that loves this shit. There's the child inside of me that loves, you know, it reminds me of all these times that I'm in the shower with not a microphone, but it is a microphone in my imagination. I've got like a shampoo bottle and I'm singing.
Everyone is looking at you
love
right
it,
now.
Darling. Oh, there's a part of me that totally owns that. I love having a microphone by my mouth. And at the same time, it feels uncomfortable because it's challenging a lot of old stories that really want to keep me safe, so that, you know, people can't be tearing me down and shit. This is, and I guess this is the discomfort that I feel in my heart.
And it's totally normal, you know. So this is why you just need to start.
Yeah.
And this is also your medicine to share this, because this one, like this is like the number one fear I sense in this world is public speaking.
Yes, definitely.
And
you think it's the number one fear in the world, public speaking?
I mean, Bashar said it one time, but I think he said it as a half joke because it is funny, but also that it's kind of truth. Because like this, like public speaking entails like being seen as you are, you know, and wouldn't you agree?
Public speaking. The number
like
one
he was like
fear
someone was like, we all are so afraid of dying, it's the number one fear, and he was like, no, it's like public speaking.
Okay, in this way I could, yes, absolutely. No, I mean, so many people are scared of public speaking. You know what I find? You get either people that are really scared of public speaking or people that when they get the spotlight, they take it. You know these people?
Yeah, those people are taking up way too much space.
So much.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny. I really see it's like really one end and it's the same thing actually. It's the same thing. It's just one end of
yeah,
the
it's
scale.
both
I
out
like
of balance.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And you see these people who are like, oh my God, there's an opportunity to be seen, and they take it. So but what is the number one fear in the world? And I would even go as far to say it's like,
and because
I
tend to also this like attention whore oversharing. I do my podcast for myself because I feel so complete that, you know, when I deal with idiots and they want to like tell me their truth and it's just shit, then I find myself, I want to convince them. And it's just like, no, I already spoke my truth for the day. If you want, you can find it. It's out there. But I don't have this anymore so I keep myself in check that I find myself so balanced through the day, but just I've spoken my truth. And also I'm so chill about my podcast that I'm not like, you need to listen to my podcast. I don't convince anyone. It's just like, just knowing it's out there and how the universe works, I have this peace of mind because I'm meant to share. So if I don't share, it comes out in weird ways. I see this in people that are meant to share, hold it back, and it's accumulating, and then they just like to be super clicky shit to just get attention because they haven't gotten seen. So this is what I feel in you, that you need to be seen, because otherwise,
I'm going to die.
otherwise your mental health is
Yes. My love,
because you share. This is why you're here. You're meant to like share your vibration.
Totally. My love, how long have you been doing podcasts?
Since the dawn of time.
Since the beginning of.
And since a couple billion years, I created a Big Bang. So even before that.
Oh, okay. The Big Bang was your first ever podcast.
No, I've like a Big Bang is
even
just a
before
new
that.
universe being burst.
Oh,
like
it was like another season of the podcast.
Yeah. So like
okay.
I've been like 20 million Big Bangs. So like
only 20 million? Oh.
Yeah, I'm a baby.
Yeah.
No, I started 2013, so over a decade.
Wow, that is such a long time.
I know.
Amazing.
I know.
And you were ahead of it. You were like ahead of the curve because everybody got a podcast nowadays.
I know.
I mean, obviously not everyone. More people should have a podcast, but
and just
you were
because
really
I
ahead
go
of the
so
curve.
crazy, I don't have the numbers, but I have the right people watch my stuff, you know. And it's it's not about the numbers, it's about the people you meant to reach, and those will always find you.
Yes.
This is where synchronicity takes care of it.
Darling, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality
Yeah.
of the people watching you.
But of course, we all wish that, oh, I want to watch it. But then I just go out in the world and I see where the collective is, and I'm like, of course they're not watching. They're not on this vibration. And then it's like, everyone like, wake up. I'm like, we're going to shift in this world, so just hold on. So yeah, this is how I convince myself that in just a couple of years, everyone will be awake enough.
But what if that doesn't happen?
Then I'm out. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What if it doesn't happen? What if aliens never come to visit, dare I say?
Yeah, then I'm
Then
out.
what?
But by the time it won't happen, I might not be out because I'm not this anymore. But now it gives me a peace of mind that like, I'm committed to this timeline for like the next decade. But if it's like not like happening, if it's I'm just getting old, and if we're like all staying normal, and I'm out.
So if aliens don't come within 10 years' time,
Yeah,
you're out.
I'm so out. Like not a decade, like 8 years.
8 years?
Because
Okay, where are we at? 2024?
Yeah, the window of open contact, 2023 to 2033.
But man, I remember being on some dude's porch in 27 and like, saying, okay, well, aliens are due to come in 2019.
But aliens are already here. That's the thing.
Of course they're already here.
And in my reality, they're coming in. My storage is full of shit.
Okay.
So
So that is the end.
Okay.
Of.
So this was just a teaser
Yeah, it was.
to get into it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna continue this conversation really, really soon.
Really soon.
Do I have your permission to put this whole talk at the end of my next podcast?
What? Imagine. What did we talk about? We talked about poop. Of course.
Mostly, yeah.
It all comes back down to poop.
And me being delusional about aliens. But don't you believe in aliens?
Of course I believe in aliens. I think you're stupid if you don't believe in aliens.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this conversation is being continued. I don't need your permission. I'm just going to upload it.
Continued.
Okay, bye.
And you know what I realized? That my heart closed because I wasn't looking at you. I felt super disconnected, actually. Now I look at you and my heart comes back online.